Good morning everyone. I hope everyone are doing very well at house and started preparing for your classes hopefully. Coming back to accounts class. Last class we have done certain topics were completed in first chapter. I have completed with the process of accounting, objectives of accounting and the sources of information we have completed, and qualitative characteristics of accounting we have completed. And please concentrate on process of accounting, that is important question for 5 marks. Just revise once again and you should draw the cycle which I have given in your notes. So be thorough with that and with the explanation. Okay. Hope you understood that particular chapters. If you have any doubts, let me know. Okay. Now today we will be continuing this first chapter with the basic terminologies which we use in accounting. The general words that we regularly use in accounting we are going to learn today. Those are the basic terminologies that we regularly use in accounting. Okay. First one is entity. What do you mean by this entity? So as we take everything, when we start a business, every business will have one name, different name. Even if you take a small shop, we have different shops with different names. Is it right? For example, if you take a Big Bazaar, D-Mart, Reliance Trend, Vodafone, we have every business, even whether it is a companies or small business or a big business, whatever it is, even a petty shop will have a name. Why is that required? To identify that particular business. To identify that particular business, what is the nature of that business. If you say immediately if I say Vodafone, you will come to know it is a network company. Is it right? If I take Reliance Fresh, you will come to know it is where we will get the daily basic vegetables, fruits, all this groceries. Is it right? So entity is nothing but it's a separate legal person. How we are living things and we treated as human beings, right? Yes. So business also, each and every business will be referred as artificial person. Whatever the transactions we are taking place in every day, so those transactions will be taken in the name of that particular company name or that particular business name. Is it right? Okay. So that is what entity. When you take you as a person and you have to treat your business is also one more artificial person. Now Vodafone or you take BSNL, Airtel, whatever it is. So Airtel is a person now, artificial person. There is no life for that. So that is why we call it as artificial person, which is actually registered under legal activities has been done. Is it right? So it will be legally, formalities will be done and all the legal formalities along with that registrations will be done in the name of that particular company. Is it right? Company or any business. So that legal person we call it as entity, and whatever the transactions happens in the business, we do it in the name of that particular company name or the business name. Okay, so that is what entity. Always business, it is not the name of the owner, it will be treated as a separate person. So when you are solving the problem, it is very important you should think from the point of the business, not as a owner. If you have invested, you are starting a new business, but you should not be thinking from your point. From your point it will be different. From the point of business you have to think, and then only it is easy for us to solve the problems. So always business is treated as a separate person, artificial person, and whatever the transactions takes place in the business will be taken under the name of the company or the business. The name of that particular business will be considered in each and every transaction. Okay. So next coming to the meaning of transaction. From the beginning of my class I am saying transaction. What is this transactions are? So every transactions or whatever the activities that takes place in the business, day to day activities taking place in the business in terms of money, in terms of monetary terms, or you can take in terms of money, those activities we recorded, those things we call it as transactions. The activities happening in day-to-day routine business, the day-to-day activities happening in the business in terms of money, underline this money, without money that will not be considered as transaction. Okay, so in terms of money, whatever the activities happening in the business, that particular activity will be taken as transactions, and those transactions, group of transactions, will be recorded in the books of accounts. Okay, so in this transaction you have another two types. It can be cash transaction or it can be credit transaction. What is this cash transaction and credit transaction? In a simple way, suppose if you go for any vegetable shop, you are paying some money and you are getting the vegetable. That is cash and carry. Immediately you are paying something, you are purchasing something. So that is called cash transaction. Understood? You are giving now, you are giving your cash and taking the product. Or you are selling something, you are selling your product and you are receiving money immediately. When you receive the cash immediately for the products for selling or buying, so that we call it as cash transactions. Okay, so in every business there will be purchase of raw materials, so many goods will be sold out, packing charges, so many other involvements of many cash involvement will be, many transactions will be happening. So here and there you will be making certain cash transactions, so which you are paying immediately with the cash, that is called cash transactions. And what is this credit transaction? The credit transaction is nothing but we are not paying immediately, we are taking certain time, later stages we are going to pay the money. So the simple example, the same when you go for any grocery stores, you are purchasing all the basic groceries required, and if you are paying only little, suppose your total amount of the grocery is 1000 rupees, but you have only 500 with you. So you are paying 500 now and you are saying balance 500 I will give it later. So that remaining balance 500 becomes a credit transaction. The first 500 becomes a cash transaction. Okay, so when the cash is paid immediately for any transactions taking place, it becomes a cash transaction. When the cash is not paid and they are taking certain time to pay back the money for the firm or for the customer, whatever it is, it can be, the firm can be taking credit transaction, that is firm is nothing but the business can have the credit transaction, or the outside people can have credit transaction with your business. So credit transactions are those where the money will not be paid immediately. Certain time will be given to pay the money. Those we call it as credit transactions. Cash transactions are those activities which takes place immediately the cash will be paid. So those are called as cash transactions. Next, coming to assets. So assets are the economic resource of every business. So values of those business, it depends on the assets. What is the value of your business? What are the assets your business is having? So economic resource which is expressed in terms of money or called as assets. So in this you can take building of that particular business, building, plant and machineries and furnitures, stock or inventories, all this comes under the assets. Okay, always the asset should be more in every business. Any property belongs to the business, any property which belongs to the business, that becomes the asset of the business. And in assets we have two types or two categories, that is fixed assets and current assets. What are these fixed assets? Fixed assets will not have any much fluctuations, and it is once in a while you are going to purchase. Fixed assets, once in a while you are going to purchase, and the durability of the fixed asset is very long. You can use it for 10 years, 15 years, 30 years also. So once after using you can be sold out. For example, you can take missionaries, and you have lot of investment you have to do for missionaries, and land, buildings, any properties which is fixed. Okay, and we can also take consider as it's not movable. Okay, so it is used for the production process. Many other things will come under this fixed assets. So general fixed assets that we consider regularly in accounts, we take it land and building, machineries, and we have furniture. All this comes under the fixed assets, where you are going to spend certain lump sum amount while starting up the business. So at the end, once you are using it, can be used for many years, 10 years, 15 years, the durability is very high. So later stages you can sell it out, your fixed assets, and you can get some money out of that also. That is what fixed asset. And this current asset, we have regular fluctuations, the durability is very less, within 1 year. So or it can be less than 1 year. Suppose for this you can take the cash balance, bank balance, stock or inventory in the business. Okay, so cash always will fluctuate. Today we have, suppose if we are taking example, today we have sold 10,000 worth of goods. Now I have 10,000 in my business. By the evening I can sell some more goods and I may get some other money. Is it right? So it is not fixed, and tomorrow there will be more sales or they may not be having sales. So it depends. The transactions keeps on going. Since every transaction is in terms of money, so cash balance always will have the fluctuations, and also the bank balance. In bank, plenty of transactions will keep on going on. Is it right? Most of the people will deposit, some of the people will withdraw, some will apply for the loan, some will pay the interest. So many activities will be happening. So all this amount will be fluctuating. It is not fixed. So these type of assets we call it as current assets. So fixed assets which will not move here and there, we will not move it, it is not movable, and its durability is very long term. So for example, you can take land and building, plant and machinery, furnitures, all these comes under the fixed assets. Current assets, you can take stock, inventories, cash balance, bank balance, all this comes under the current assets. Okay, the next is liability. So liabilities are just like obligations. They are the obligations that the company or the business has to be paid back to its owners. It is the obligation that the business has to pay back to its owners. Okay, so what is the company or the business will be liable to whatever the investment the owner has been made on you. As I told you, company or a business is an artificial person. Now suppose ABC is one company. I am starting ABC company. Okay, so I am just investing my money into the ABC company now. Now the company is liable to pay back my capital amount, my investment, what I have given, that has to be paid back. I have given, it has to pay back my capital amount, that is the investment amount, along with some profits. So the person, the artificial person, will be liable to pay back all the investment which is done by the owners. It can be a single person, it can be a partnership firm, or it can be a big company. So it depends on the scale of business. So many people can be that whoever is investing in the business, the main motive is to earn profit, is it right, and get back their investment. So the company or a business is always liable to pay back the investment given by the owners as well as along with certain profits. So in liability again we have two types, that is long term liability and short term liability. Long term again it takes like 5 to more than 1 year. More than 1 year, whatever the loans, for example, you can take loans taken from the banks or any financial institution. Lump sum amount you are borrowing from the financial institutions, that we can consider as short term liability, long term liability. And short term liability, which is durability is within 1 year, where you have to pay back this liability within 1 year. You can take bank overdraft, interest paid on bank overdraft, or a small amount of loan which can be taken from the outside person, or it can be from the bank itself. So you are paying certain interest, along with you have to pay back that loan within 1 year. Such amount we take it as short term liability. So liability means it's the responsibility of the business to pay back the money whoever is invested or whoever is given to the business to develop or to progress the business. So the business has to pay back. It is liable to pay back. Okay. So that is what the liability. Next, coming to capital. So capital is the initial investment made by a person to start up a business. Initial investment, the initial amount that we are going to put it into the business, starting up of a business. So that amount we call it as capital amount. Okay. Next, coming to the sales. Everybody knows what is the meaning of sales. Is it right? So sales is a form of getting the income or earning the profits. So when you have more sales in your business, obviously you will see more returns on your business. Is it right? So sales, it is a form of income for the business. Selling the goods, or providing the services. Selling, it is not only the selling of goods, it can be providing the services. Both together we call it as sales of the goods or sales of the goods and services. Okay. Next we have, in the sales we have again credit sales, cash sales, both. Some people, when we sell the goods or services, immediately they pay the cash. So that becomes the cash sales. And some, they may not pay and they may take certain time to pay the money. So that sales transactions we call it as credit sales. Okay. So it can be cash or credit sales. Next, coming to a revenue. So revenue is nothing but the income. The income earned by the firm or the business. So when you sell the goods or services, you will earn certain revenue, and this revenue will be in the form of recurring. Every regular intervals you will be receiving some sort of money as a income. For example, you can take receiving rent. Every month you are receiving a rent, or you can take commission received, interest received. All this becomes the revenue, where you have recurring in your incomes. And you can take also selling of goods or services, whatever the income is generated, all that comes under the revenue. So revenue is nothing but, in simple word we can take it as incomes. Okay. Next, coming to the expenses. What do you mean by this? Expenses. Everyone knows what is the expenses. So when we spend certain amount, certain money, that becomes an expense. So this expense is also recurring in nature, where regularly it will be happening. It is a routine transaction happening regularly. Okay. And you can take, for example, rent paid. You are paying a rent every month. If you are paying a rent, it becomes expense. You are paying every month cable connections amount. So that is an expenditure. Is it right? So every month you are paying a newspaper subscription. So all these are regular expenses happening. And if you take in a business, regularly you will be having power charges, current bills, water bill. All these are the regular expenses happening in the business. Is it right? So all this comes under the expenses, where you are going to spend certain amount for continuation of the business, for daily activities, in which out of that you have certain benefit also. Suppose if you are paying a current bill, electricity bill, if you are paying, what is the benefit you are going to get? You will be getting the power to produce your products, your machineries can be worked properly, and you have a lighting facility, all this. If you are paying a certain rent, so you have got a house to stay, or you have a big business house where you can run your business smoothly. So all these certain benefits will be there behind on the expenses whatever the business is making. So In terms of getting the benefits, we are spending some money that we consider as expenses. To get the benefits, we are spending some regularly we are spending some portion of amount that becomes the expenses. Coming to the expenditure, do you think there is a difference in expenses and expenditure? Yes, you can do a small difference. Expenditure is also heavy amount you are going to spend at once, and the benefit from that it will be for a long term. The benefit that you are getting from the expenditure will be for a long term. As I told you, the expenses, if you are paying a rent for this month, only this month you have the benefit to stay in this house. Is it right? Again, when the next month comes, you have to pay. The duration is very short, but whereas in the expenditure means you are spending lump sum of amount together at once for a long duration benefit. You are getting a long duration benefits here. For example, if you are purchasing a land, you are purchasing a big land, or you are purchasing a big house, what happens? You are spending a lot of lump sum amount at once, and you can stay in the house for 20 years, 25 years, for a long duration. Is it right? So the benefit will be for a long duration, and your amount also you are spending is lump sum amount you are spending, a big amount you are going to spend. So that is not regularly happening. These transactions are not regularly happening also, right? So those we consider as expenditure. Don't get confused with expenses and expenditure. Expenses are regularly happening in the business. Okay, so where the benefit duration is very short, whereas expenditure once in a while it happens, once in 10 years or 5 years it will happen, where you are going to do lump sum amount will be spent on one particular item used for the business. For example, if you are purchasing big machinery for the production process, so every month you will not be purchasing a machinery, is it right? So once in a while you will purchase a machinery, you will use that machinery for 5 to 10 years. So benefit is taken to 5 to 10 years, you will be getting the benefits out of that machinery. So that lump sum amount and getting the longer duration benefit we consider as expenditure. Okay, and next is profit. What do you mean by profit? So whatever the business is running, when we start up the business, everything starts with the word profit. I should earn profit, we should earn profit, we have to make certain profits. That is the main motive of to start up a business. Is it right? For every person, whoever is starting even a small shop, starting with a small shop or to a bigger large scale business also, everyone aims at the profits. That is nothing but whatever the investment you are making to your business, to run the business, to all the expenditures happening in the business, everything, including all those, you are earning some more amount, more than what you sell, which includes your cost of whatever the cost involved in starting up of the business, your investment, everything, you are getting some extra income. When you get that extra margin of income, we consider it as profits. A simple calculation. Morning you have invested 2,000. By the evening you have made it as 3,000. In one day you have earned 1,000 of profit, which includes your cost, your expenses, what are the other expenses, everything included, everything you have done, you have earned 1,000 of profit. So, how much the owner is taking an investment in the business, how the business is taken over, everything is considered, and we will see what are the incomes, what are the expenditure, both we have to measure it properly. We have to record all the transactions of expenses, incomes, what are happened throughout the year, everything we will make it out and see whether we are earning profits or loss. So profits are whatever we are making the investment in the business, and what returns you are getting out of your investment, your risk, your expenses, all that considered, the gains or the returns that you get from your business, we term it as profits. So still you have some more basic terminologies, but for today's class I am teaching you 10 of this. Okay. So I am just revising. Entity. Entity is nothing but it's business. We treat it as a separate legal person or artificial person. All the transaction happening in the business will be done in the name of the business. So that is what entity. Next, coming to transactions. Transactions are those activities happening in the business in terms of money. So what are the activities happening in terms of money? If it is a cash and carry, immediately it is happening with the cash, then it is called as cash transactions. If the cash is not taking place immediately, but they are taking some time to pay the amount or to receive the amount, that transaction we consider as credit transactions. Coming to the assets. Assets are the resources of the business. So in this you have two types, again fixed assets and current assets. Fixed assets are fixed, they are not movable and the duration is very long time. For example, land and building, machineries, furnitures, all this comes under the fixed assets. Current assets, where you have the changes takes place very frequently. You can take bank balance, cash balance, stock, all this comes under the current assets. Next, the liabilities. So liability is an obligations that has to meet by the organization or the business. The business, as it is a separate legal person, it is liable to pay back the investment of the investors or the owner along with certain portion of profits. Okay, some return has to be given. So he is liable, the person. Who is this person? Business. So business we treat it as a separate person. So he is liable to pay back all the amount that he is borrowed from the outside persons. That is, even the owner who is invested becomes an outside person for a business. Okay. So it is also categorized into, that is, long-term liabilities and short-term liabilities. Long-term liabilities, the loans which is taken, for example, the loans taken from the banks, the loans taken from the other persons, all this comes under the long term, where is more than 1 year. The duration is more than 1 year. Suppose you are taking a loan from a bank for 5 years. That is, the amount should be repaid within 5 years. So that is a long term. So that is, you have a long duration to clear your loan. So it is long term liability. When the duration is less within 1 year, so that becomes short term liability. Okay, for short term liability you can take short loans, that is within 1 year, whatever the loans you have taken from the outside persons or from the banks, or it can also take bank overdraft. All this becomes the short term liabilities example. Next, coming to capital. The capital amount is the initial amount which is invested in the business to start up the business by the owner. Next, sales. So sales, when you sell the goods or render the service, so that we call it as sales. Sales is going to be, it will generate certain sum of income for the business. Again, the sales can be cash sales or credit sales. When you sell something, if you receive immediately cash, that becomes cash sales. If you are not receiving amount now, later if you are receiving, that becomes the credit sales. And next we have revenue. So revenue, it's recurring in nature. Frequently you will be getting certain sum of incomes. Income is the other name for revenue. So revenue also is recurring in nature. So you may get rent received, as I told, commission received, rent received, discount received. All this comes under the revenue. Okay. Next, the expenses. So expenses also recurring in nature, where very frequently you will be getting this expenditure, you will be paying, expenses you will be paying, and there is certain benefit which is short term. The benefit will be very in short term. Expenditure, you will spend more money, a lump sum amount, but the benefit will be for a long term. The duration of the benefit will be very long. For example, if you are purchasing any machinery, it is a lump sum amount and you have purchased once in a while. That machinery can be used for 5 to 10 years. Is it right? So that becomes the expenditure. Next, profits. Profits are nothing but whatever the returns you are getting out of your business after making of your investment and running the business, production, all so many costs, incomes, expense, everything involved. At the end, whatever the returns we are getting, that becomes the profits. Okay, by this I will wind up today's class. So some more terminologies are there which I will be teaching in you next class. Okay, please be thorough with this terminologies. These are the basic regularly that we use in accounting classes. Okay, please study and write down your notes. If you have any doubts, let me know that. Okay, please comment in the comment box about your doubts. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.